Hi folks, I'm here. I'm here to JesusWired. I'm here today with Dee Swan. Everyone say hello to Dee Swan.
Hello.
Hi. How are you doing today? Have you a good day so far?
Yeah, it's been a long week, but hey, I'm here, man. I'm excited. It's been a lot of great things happening. So,
Awesome. Why has it been so great?
um, been finishing up some work on some music, and um, I've been able to like really like listen back to some things that I've been working on musically wise, and I'm just like, oh, it sounds so good. So I'm excited for a lot of this new music. So.
Awesome. We'll get on to talk about your music in a little bit, but first of all, let's get to know you. So your artist name is Dee Swan. Why are you called Dee Swan and not like Dee Geese or Dee Sheep or something like that?
Oh, well, my name Dee Swan came from my first name, which is Dominic. Swan from my last name, which is Swanson. I'm really not good with names, so when I came up with the name, everybody kept, instead of calling me Dominic or anything like that, they would just say, "Hey D, hey D, hey D." So I was like, all right, I guess D and Swan, it just flows together. So I just put it together, and that's where D Swan came from.
Awesome. So how did you first become a Christian?
How I became a Christian was I've been going to church since I was a kid. Of course, going because my mom told me to go. It wasn't until I was about like 19, 20 that I really became a real, true born again Christian. And I accepted Christ in my life, and that's been going at it since then. But I always had faith. It's just I didn't really have a relationship with Jesus personally until I was that old.
Cool. So what's the main thing that you want to achieve through your music?
I just want to see people's lives be changed. Like I know my music is different from a lot of people who do Christian music, but just to see somebody's lives changed, doesn't matter who it is, what age it's for. I just want to see somebody's lives change to where, especially the youth, to where they're impacted and they, make a difference for the future than what we see right now. So that's really my goal, you know.
Awesome. So you say your sound is kind of different to what's out there. So how would you best describe your sound?
Like how I basically describe my sound.
Yeah. What
Um,
genre would you kind of say you're closest to?
okay. If I give you this as an example, and I think this would probably put the icing on cake of what I sound like. If Jesus was to have a party at his house and it was full of neon lights and a lot of and you hear that in your neighborhood, everyone's coming over, right? Because you're like, who is that making all that noise? Woo woo. And guess what? You knock on the door, here he opens the door and say, "Come on in, my good and faithful servant." Boom. That's the Swan.
Awesome. Nicely summed up. I like it. So speaking of neon lights, where are you today? What are all those lights behind you?
I'm in St. Louis, Missouri. I'm in the North County area of St. Louis at Studio 8 Academy. This great studio that I'm in, I've produced a lot of different songs and recorded vocals here. The person who owns it is his name is Reese, aka Reese Beats, part of the Beatster crew. He's famously known for his work with Jibs, and like I said, Reese is an amazing person. He cares about his community, God fearing man, family man, always helping the next person. Wants to see like people develop and grow. He gave a lot of engineers and producers like me a chance to like really like grow and like blossom in our craft and what we do. And it's just awesome to work with him. Like I love working with him. I'm always learning something new every time I'm with him, and it's always fun. It's always good energy, good vibes. So I love it here.
But how did you first become a producer? What made you want to be a producer?
Say it again. I'm sorry.
When did you know that you wanted to become a producer? When did you feel cool to become one?
Well, when I felt called to become a producer, it was not something I really wanted to do. I just kind of like decided to do it because it just made sense to do because I wanted to save money in the studio so I wouldn't have to constantly like go in the studio in and out, recording. So I said, why not just learn how to do it at home? And I just already had theory, already knew all that stuff. So because I went to school for it, and then I just put two and two together and just did it that way. Um, and it just led me to this. And I just got better at it in time. Thank God for it. You know, like he just been patient with me, and he just gave me the gift to develop the craft, and that's what I do now. So
Awesome. So who would you say are your biggest musical influences?
Um, my musical influence will be Prince, Michael Jackson, Justin Timberlake. Um, KB is another one, and Pharrell Williams.
Awesome. What's your favorite album? What album has inspired you most in your life?
Switchfoot, The Beautiful Letdown.
Awesome.
Beautiful Letdown. So has Jeremy. All of Jeremy Kemp's records have been like he's my favorite artist, Christian artist of all time. All of his records were beautiful, impactful to me. Definitely in some of my most pivotal times in my life. Um, I I would definitely say Colton Dixon. Like he's probably been impacting me the most right now. Him, Torrin Wells. Um, who else? Carmen Justice. Um, there's a few others.
Cool. Who would be your dream collab that you haven't worked with yet?
I have two. One would be Jay Zappa. He's based in Nashville. He produced a lot of the greatest Christian songs that you hear right now. And then I've already done another one with my man Reese, which that was like a dream collab for me. And then another one would be to collaborate with Toby Mac. And my last one would be to collaborate with Timbaland. I think that would be just magical stuff happening there. If I collaborated with one like Timbaland, that'd be cool.
Awesome. I really hope that collab with Toby Mac happens because that sounds like a really good fit for both of you.
Yeah, Toby Mac is what he does for music and how he changes like the scene of how we look at contemporary Christian music. Like music wise, it's just awesome. He's always going the next step, and he's helping usher these new sounds, and he's making it cool, and it's really impacting different age groups, and it's really cool how he's doing it. The people he's signing. Um, Jay Zappa is a huge chunk of Toby Mac's success in music as well, production, and so if just to get in a room with them two will be magical. I think we'll come up with some great tunes.
I'm sure you would too. And just a quick shout out to Toby Mac out there. Everyone go and check out his new album, The Elements, out tomorrow. It's brilliant, fantastic.
Yes.
You're gonna love it.
Yes, it's gonna be fantastic. It's gonna be dope. I'm excited to like get it. I'm excited. I actually already like ready to go. So when it comes out, I'm gonna buy it, and I'm going to pre-save it on my streaming apps. So I'm excited for it.
Awesome. You're gonna absolutely love it, man. It's brilliant. So what artists out there do you kind of know behind the scenes that more than others, and do you have any cool kind of stories you can tell us about them?
So what artists out there and cool story about them? My buddy, I got two. One is Torrin Wells. The other one is Jamie Grace. Starting with Torrin Wells, I've known Torrin Wells since my college days. Like we were like college days wise. We used to attend this thing called Render. and Maryville, Illinois. And this is when he was doing Royal Taylor. Before they got big, before Make a Move came out, all that, they were still playing, and practicing and things like that. And we all used to hang out together and play basketball and talk sports and sing and outside of coffee shops and things like that. And then like having those moments with Torrin Wells back then which is awesome. And then like when Royal Taylor became a signed Christian band, to see their music being played everywhere and heard everywhere, and then even hearing it in the area like where I'm from, like on the radio, like I'm like, yo, I know them, you know what I mean? And to see them like be nominated for a Grammy, and then seeing the process from him doing that to his solo act, it's been great. I had a chance to like have a lot of conversations with him, and it was really cool conversation where we talked about music, we talked about God, and everything like that. I remember even when he told me about the name of his first son, when we were on Winter Jam. So and it's weird because I also mentioned Jamie Grace, because if it wasn't for him, I would have never kind of somewhat had a chance to get to know Jamie Grace, or even had a chance to be introduced to her. Because on the same year he was playing Winter Jam with Roy Taylor, Jamie Grace was on that same bill. So I saw her in passing, we spoke briefly. Fast forward to now, like she's married to one of my best friends. So I had a privilege to be in their wedding, and I've never seen a wedding so like exciting and so fun. And Jamie's such a sweet person, and Aaron is a loving person too. I love so much. Those like that's my family. If they're watching this, like I love you guys. I can't wait to see you guys soon. I'm excited. I miss you all. So I love you, Jamie. Love you, Aaron.
Awesome, awesome. So, if a person was to stumble across your music, which track would you want them to stumble upon to kind of get the best overall idea of who Dee Swan is?
I would say Fire, because you're gonna get a good introduction to who I am. But that's not the only sound I'm gonna be doing. But I would say, like, if it's your first time ever hearing me, that would be the song. I think it really grabs your attention. I feel like the message is there. I feel like it has a lot of cool elements in it that's unique in the song, music structure. Like I said, I just really want to see God just reach every person that he can, especially the youth. I really love them. They have a huge spot in my heart. So
Cool, cool, cool. So you've released a few other songs. A personal favourite of mine is a song called Friends.
mm.
Who's behind where that song came from and what inspired that song?
um, what inspired me with that song is because I grew up listening to a lot of '90s R&B and hip hop and things of the '90s, because I love the '90s. A lot of the stuff that I do is based '90s based. So when I came up with that concept, um, I was thinking about as a relationship where I was with someone and they knew I wanted to be with them in a sense to that was going to lead up to marriage. But it was a toss and like in it, because it was like the person made it to where it was like they wanted to be with me but they didn't. So it was almost like a mind game. And I was like, either we're gonna be friends or not. Are we gonna be cool or no? Like it's you can't be both. You can only be one or the other. And God already tells us scripture wise that we can't be lukewarm. You're either gonna be hot or cold. You can't be both. So that's kind of really the concept of where I got, the lyrics for that song. And my buddies Twizzle did such a great job with me on that production, and we just killed it, man. It was fun. I loved it.
I love it too. I'll bounce to that song quite often. Another of your songs is just has initials for its name, which is quite cool, which is LTOY. So what do those initials stand for? And yeah, again, take us behind the meaning behind that song.
LTOY is pretty much shortened for Love Take Over You. The name was so long, so I just cut it short by like that. So but the background behind that song is about experiencing God's love for the first time. Like sometimes when God like embraces you with his love, it's so much and sometimes you're unfamiliar with it if it's your first time. And it can become a scary feeling, but it's one of the greatest feelings of all time. You know what I mean? Like being in God's love and God's grace. So that's what the song is really about, is my experience, feeling God's love for the first time and his grace. And it was just such a scary, like I said, a scary time. But at the same time, it was probably one of the best times I've ever been in, like with somebody like that, where I felt safe. I understood like I was wanted. I felt like I understood who I was, because before then I didn't know who I was before Christ. I was just out here doing me, doing whatever. But I didn't know who my identity was. I found my identity in Christ. So that's what the message is behind LTOY.
Fantastic, fantastic. So, is there anything that you can maybe hint at as to when new music is going to drop?
I do have a collaborative record that's going to drop out sometime within November, December. Excited, my man Dollars. Uh, it was cool collaborating with him on the production and then the feature of the song. I'm excited for how that's turned. I got some songs that I'm working on with some features with some Christian hip hop artists. So I'm gonna dab a little bit Christian hip hop genre as well. I'm not gonna branch from my roots of the EDM sound and vibe of it all. It's just gonna be more catering to the Christian hip hop community as well, because the Christian hip hop community also played a part in my life in saving me and my time when I was out there in the streets. So I gotta pay homage to that. And if anything, I can make this quick shout out. I want to send a shout out to my man, um, the lead singer from 7 Days Slumber. I'm hoping he sees this, because it's always been a dream of mine to meet, and I've seen him perform, but I've never had a chance to meet him. Then another dream of mine was to work with him, like on a business aspect, because how he does business is phenomenal, and I want to work with him. Like I know he's been doing a label, and if that was a dream label, I want to sign with him, because I think what he's doing, like ministry wise, is phenomenal. And then musically, and I definitely would want to produce a song for his band if he ever asked me to. So produce a song for his band.
That'll be awesome. And Joseph, if you are watching, sign him. He's right there.
Like, please, like I love him, and I had a chance to see like him perform, and I saw some interviews, and just I'm inspired by him too. So I just want to give him a shout out. Like, thank you for what you're doing spiritually for the kingdom of God. Thank you for what you're doing for the music community. Thank you for what you're doing for all the artists you recently signed, ones you previously signed, the people that you go on tour with. I appreciate you. Like, you are like an inspiration to me. Like, man, really true.
Amen, amen, amen. And if you're out there and you haven't heard of Rockfest Records, go and check them out. Go and check them out. They're awesome. So to wrap this interview up a little bit, we're just going to get to know you a little bit better with a bit more intimate questions. So what's your favourite food, man?
I like Italian food. I also like Chinese too, but I really like Italian food.
Awesome, awesome. What's your favorite dish if you get Chinese?
General Tso's chicken with steamed rice. I love it. It's great.
I like how quick you answered that. Does pineapple belong on pizza?
Yes, with chicken. It goes well
With
with
chicken.
chicken. With chicken. You have to get grilled chicken with it. If you're
Chicken
gonna
and
do,
pineapple.
it's almost like having a Hawaiian pizza, but with no ham. It's just with chicken.
So it's not like an Hawaiian pizza at all.
No, chicken.
Awesome, awesome. What's your favorite Bible verse?
I'm gonna give you three. Philippians 3:14, Psalms 121, and another one that I enjoy, 1 Corinthians 13:13.
Cool. And a couple of trick questions for you, which I probably shouldn't have told you that, so you wouldn't expect them. I messed them up a little bit now. So, if Pinocchio was to say his nose would grow right now, what would happen?
If Pinocchio's nose would grow long, what would happen?
If he was to say my nose will grow right now, what will happen?
Well, if he lies, the nose grows. So if he tells you that his nose would grow, like he'd probably be telling you the truth. So I guess it wouldn't grow. I guess.
But if it didn't grow, he'll be telling a lie, so therefore it would grow.
Yes.
But if it did grow, he'll be telling the truth, therefore it wouldn't grow.
Yes.
So it can't be both. So which is it?
I would say it wouldn't grow.
But if it didn't grow, he'll be telling a lie, so it would grow.
That's true.
I can do this all night.
This is a good trick question.
You're going to be using it on all your friends, I can guarantee you.
I probably would. This would be great at a coffee like a coffee setting, and we're just sitting there drinking like coffee and say, hey, what if Pinocchio, like, this would be a good conversation.
It would indeed. So I've noticed throughout this interview that you're wearing a sports jersey. So what team is it for?
It's hockey season, so I'm wearing my Winter Classic, 2009 Winter Classic, Chicago Blackhawks jersey. I'm a huge Blackhawks fan. This one is with Patrick Sharp on the back, so it's number 10 Patrick Sharp, throwback vintage Blackhawks jersey.
Awesome. So just before we started this interview, you're telling me that you used to be a basketball player and you used to play against some stars who are in the NBA now. So could you just share with the listeners who you've played against and what you thought of them and what have you?
Now one player I would definitely say I played, and this was actually at a pickup game, and it actually was one of the coolest experiences. Jason Tatum. I played him in North County in St. Louis. Never seen him play before, didn't even know who he was until my cousin, who happened to be in high school, was like, hey, this is Jason Tatum. He's like the number one prospect, for, college. And I played with him, and I mean, the dude is phenomenal. Back in school, I remember watching like Derrick Rose and Eric Gordon and who else? Steph Curry play. Now Derrick Rose was like phenomenal. Never can doubt his skills. Like what he did for Chicago, up there in Chicago Simeon, like phenomenal. And how he was in his MVP level status was, imagine that on in high school, like it was scary. So fast, so quick. He could dunk on anybody. Had defense out the world. Eric Gordon was another one. They called him back when we was in high school Air Gordon because of Air Jordan. And they called him Air Gordon, and like he was seriously like just throw it down on anybody, shoot on anybody. Blake Griffin was another one too because he's from the Midwest. Him and his brother actually, they're from Oklahoma. Phenomenal brothers that can just hoop. Man, it was just crazy. Basketball was good back then. I just felt like high school basketball and then collegiate basketball. Like not saying collegiate basketball is not good now, but basketball was like it was fun. Like it was fun to watch, and a lot of those players are like doing great things in NBA right now. So it was cool.
Awesome, awesome. So which NBA team do you support?
The San Antonio Spurs.
Cool. Well, thank you so much for talking to us today, Dee Swan. It's been a pleasure to get to know you again. Sorry, to get to know you for the first time. Keep up pretenses. we should just say we tried this last week and we had so many technical difficulties.
Yeah.
So we've just had to go over the same things again. So we hope it was a good watch.
Oh no, it's all good, man. And by the way, I really enjoyed this Third Day shirt that you're wearing because that Wire album by Third Day was my choice of like pick for their albums that I listened to. That The Wire, that album was like
my favorite album too.
That is my dude. That album was golden for me. I love that record.
Awesome. He's got a good taste in music. You're gonna want to follow him. So where can people get plugged into your music? Where can people buy your music and find you online?
You can follow me on all my social medias. Which you can follow me on Instagram at Dee Swan Music or at Dee Swan Music, and then on Facebook you can search me on there, Dee Swan Music. Twitter, Dee Swan for L, which all that stuff is all connected.
Oh, I'm still live. He's just disappeared. Dee Swan has been chased off by the youth. Right, you can go and get plugged into his music at DSwanOnline.com, and we will post all the links on the website and what have you, and below this video. So go and check them out. Go and check out Fire, Friends, LTOY, and look out for new music soon. We recently had a taste of some new music, shall we say, and you're in for a treat. He's an awesome guy. Go and follow him. Go and get plugged into him. And peace out. Take care.